This question, we're looking at Canadian SIN numbers or social insurance numbers. And once you end up getting a job, then you're going to have a social insurance number. And so in this particular situation, we're looking at the SIN numbers. And for this particular area, it looks as though they all start with 7. And so what we're looking at is how many different SIN numbers could be registered in this situation. So repetition is allowed here. So that is one where the permutation formula may not suit us very well. In other words, better to go with a fundamental counting principle. So let's take a look at that. And again, we always double check that order matters as well. And we stop and we think, well, if I had a SIN number that started with 712 and you had a SIN number that started with 721, yeah, those are definitely two different SIN numbers. So order does matter. So a good thing to confirm when you're getting started. Now, we're looking at the fundamental counting principle, and really to do that, we could start off with 1, 2, 3, 4. How many were there? There are 9 digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And multiplications between all of those. And so we start off and we say, okay, so the first digit, and we're told it always starts with a 7. So we only have one option there. It has to be a 7. End of story. Now, second digit, we can go 0 through 9, which we know is a 10-digit number. The third digit, well, again, repeats are allowed. In other words, you can have 711 or the same digit showing up multiple times in your SIN number. So that means we still have 10 digits there and still have 10 digits all the way along. Okay, so there's our situation here. And so really, if we broke this down, it would be 1 times 10, and we have all 8 going on here, so 10 to the power of 8. And 1 times anything is just itself, so really it's just 10 to the power of 8. And we can write that out, 1 with 8 zeros. Just group them together so they're easier to read. And we end up with 100 million different options. And so if you ever wonder why a SIN number, a driver's license, or school number, or a bank account number has a given number of digits, well, you can now better appreciate why they're needing to distinguish between people, and they have to consider how many different individual IDs are we going to plan for. So now that you understand a bit about permutations, you can probably understand their choices a little bit better.